All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something you use every single day but probably never see, the Internet's invisible gatekeepers. We're talking about forward proxies and reverse proxies.
Okay, so have you ever wondered how your work or school just blocks Facebook? Or on the flip side, how a giant like Amazon can handle millions of shoppers all at once without crashing? I mean, these feel like totally different problems, right? One's about blocking you, the other's about letting everyone in. Well, believe it or not, there's a secret solution that connects them both.
And that secret is something called a proxy server. Just think of it as the internet's ultimate middleman. It's this go-between that's handling requests and data for somebody else. So, okay, let's dive in and really figure out what that means. So in the simplest terms, a proxy is just a go-between. Normally, your computer talks directly to a website server. But with a proxy, that conversation gets routed through this third party, this intermediary. It just sits right in the middle of all that traffic, taking a look at requests and sending them on their way.
And right here, this is the key to everything. This one little detail is the entire difference between the two types of proxies we're talking about today. It all boils down to one simple question. Who is this middleman actually working for? Is it working for you or for them?
All right, first up, let's talk about the forward proxy. And this is the one that works for you, the person browsing the web. So let's follow the journey. Imagine you type in a web address. Your request leaves your computer, and the very first thing it meets is this proxy, which is acting completely on your behalf.
The best analogy I can think of is a personal shopper, right? You hire someone, you give them a list, and you send them out into the world for you. Now, the people at the store, they only ever talk to your shopper. They have no idea who you are. And you can give that shopper rules like, hey, you're only allowed to go to these stores, or don't tell anyone who you're shopping for. It's a perfect way to mask your identity and control where your requests go.
So the flow is pretty simple. Your device sends a request. It hits the forward proxy first, and then the forward proxy sends it out to the internet. But here's the crucial part. The website you're visiting, it only ever sees the proxy's address. Your own IP address is completely hidden. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, it's the proxy that's asking for the information, not you.
And that brings us back to our first question. This is exactly how your office blocks Facebook. They use a forward proxy to filter all outbound traffic. But that's not all. People use them all the time for privacy, to hide their real IP and stay anonymous. And of course, to get around those annoying geo-blocks on streaming services. It's all about you, the client, controlling your own traffic.
Okay, so we've covered the proxy that works for you. Now, let's completely flip the script. What about a proxy that works for them? For the website you're trying to visit. Well, that, my friends, is a reverse proxy.
A great way to think about this one is like a front desk receptionist at a huge company. When you walk in, you don't just wander around looking for the person you need to see, right? No way. You talk to the receptionist, they figure out who you are, what you need, and then they direct you to the right place. They're a gatekeeper, a security buffer, and they keep the public from just barging into the back offices.
And the technical flow is just like that. When you go to a big website, your request doesn't go straight to the main server. It hits their reverse proxy first. And here's the thing, you, the user, you have absolutely no idea it's even there. It's totally invisible to you. That proxy then looks at your request and makes a smart decision, like, okay, which of our 100 different servers should handle this, and sends it to the right one.
And this is where we solve our second puzzle. How does Amazon do it? Well, this is how. They use reverse proxies for something called load distribution, spreading all those millions of shoppers across a whole farm of servers, so no single one gets overloaded. They also use them to cache stuff, storing copies of images or pages to send them to you faster. And maybe most importantly, for security. It protects their actual servers from getting hit directly by attacks.
All right, so we've looked at both sides of the coin. Now, let's do the showdown. Let's put them right next to each other. Because when you see them side by side, the difference becomes absolutely crystal clear. Okay, this table breaks it all down perfectly. Look, a forward proxy, it represents you, the client. It sits between you and the big wide internet. Its job is all about your privacy and controlling your access. The reverse proxy, it represents the website, the server. It sits between the internet and their servers, and its job is all about their performance and their security. Really, it's that simple.
So, okay, we get what they are and how they're different, but why does any of this matter? I mean, why should you actually care about these invisible middlemen?
Because here's the thing, whether you know it or not, these proxies are shaping your entire online experience every single day. They are the invisible foundation for everything.
From the security rules at your job to your own personal privacy, all the way to the amazing speed and uptime of the giant websites you rely on.
It's all right here. They are providing the privacy, the security, and the performance that makes the internet just work the way we expect it to. It's something we totally take for granted, but behind the scenes, proxies are the unsung heroes of the whole system, the silent workhorses making it all possible.
So now you know the secret. The next time you can't get on Facebook at work, or you manage to stream a show that's supposedly blocked in your country, or you're just amazed that a massive shopping site isn't crashing during a huge sale, you'll know what's going on. You'll see the invisible gatekeepers at work, the forward and reverse proxies, quietly shaping your entire journey online.